your CIGTV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. A grand farewell was held for retiring UCCI President Mr. Roy Bodden, who was joined by friends, family, students, staff, and colleagues on Monday evening at the University College. In his farewell speech, President Bodden had this to say about UCCI.
It must be an institution dedicated to the idea that learning is a public good. Tonight, I'm proud to say that this has been my vision of the Academy. A vision which is exemplary in many respects and which reflects the value the institution places on evidence-based learning and the provision of opportunities for its students. In a public sphere saturated by prejudice and personal opinions, it seems to me that the University College of the Cayman Islands has a special role to play in the fostering of reasoned debate, whatever the topic may be. Through its conferences, distinguished lectures, TED Talks, and other public fora, the University College continues to be exemplary in this regard. Such offerings, however, exemplifies something more obvious: the Academy's commitment to making fundamental contributions to problems of pressing public magnitude in Caymanian society.
Now, throughout the evening, many persons shared tributes to Mr. Bodden, and there were various performances by UCCI students through song, dance, and playing instruments. Colleagues, students, and faculty locally and overseas shared their thoughts on President Bodden and the impact he's made on their lives. And as UCCI President Bodden readies to retire at the end of this year, comes a major announcement in what could be the next chapter of his story. During the evening, Minister for Education, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor-Connolly, made this announcement.
We have a history. We have a story. We have his story. And it ought to be written down. So I've asked the powers to be, both from the administrative element and the political element, to give me their unequivocal support, and asking President Bodden to write some of my textbooks, because I'm determined to put textbooks back in my schools so that my people and our children can know from whence we have come, and that they too can pass on the baton that has deeply and clearly inscribed thereon that he have founded it upon the seas and have established it.
And we say congratulations to President Bodden and wish him the very best. Meantime, the United Kingdom Overseas Territories Association, or the UKOTA Political Council meeting, took place on Monday in London. Premier Alden McLaughlin chaired the meeting. He tells us more.
I'm the current president of the United Kingdom Overseas Territories Association, and the Cayman Islands representative in London, Eric Bush, is the chairman of the council. So it falls to us to organize the annual political council meeting, where we discuss a number of things relating to the affairs of the association, administrative matters, as well as political matters, and we prepare for the joint ministerial council meeting, which in this case will start tomorrow and go through Wednesday, where we'll address with the United Kingdom government a whole range of issues of mutual interest and concern to both the territories and to the United Kingdom. Issues from the safeguarding of children to constitutional developments to Brexit, a full range of issues. So we seek during this meeting to achieve some level of consensus between the territories on the positions that we will take with respect to these issues, and so we are able to speak as far as possible with a unified voice to these issues when we address UK ministers.
And join us on CIGTV Wednesday when we'll tell you more about the first UCOTA Environment Workshop held in London also on Monday. The workshop was organized by UCOTA and participants included leaders of overseas territories, departments of Her Majesty's government, as well as NGOs, organizations, and charities in the environment sector. Well, finally, a Government Information Services press release notes that the yellow T-shirts of staff and students of the Sunrise Adult Training Center made the sun shine a little brighter on Monday. The group joined His Excellency the Acting Governor, Mr. Franz Manderson, on the steps of the Government Administration Building to mark International Day for Persons with Disabilities. Also known as Sunrise, the center has a busy few weeks planned in the lead up to the holidays. Also present for the photo opportunity were Acting Cabinet Secretary Mr. Robert Lewis, whose office provides secretariat services to the Disabilities Council member Shari Smith, PhD, and member of the Disabilities and Older Persons Council, Mrs. Rose Miles. And that ends today's news update here on CIGTV. If you missed it, you can always catch it on the Cayman Islands government's Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. For now, I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining me, hoping you'll do the same again tomorrow. But until then, be safe and have a wonderful night. Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required? Did you know planning permission is required to clear land by mechanical means? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have on-board flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman's boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!